Good morning, my brothers and sisters, on the second episode of the Good Morning Guys podcast for 2021. Number 123, aka our counting episode. Thank you so much for joining us on this fun morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Oh, it's starting to sound like Kermit the Frog.
You should do that again, but I don't know, suck in some helium and try it again.
Yeah, I should. Good morning, guys. No, that sounds
Mark,
like
Mark
a
can do his
chipmunk or
editing
something.
magic. He'll make it.
Yep, I'll fix it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Good morning, my brothers and sisters, on this, the second episode of the Good Morning Guys podcast for 2021, number 123, aka our counting episode. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night as we continue discussing the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and play. I am one of your four hosts, the Brazilian Mountaineer, Pixar apologist, and transition ninja, Lucas Ham Swisher. Also with me, the judge, jury, and executioner of spoilers, fake news, and Long John Silver's, Patrick Novosel.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Still feels dirty when you say Long John Silver's, though.
It just rolls right off the tongue.
I thought you were like, right at the end.
Feels a little greasy.
Just globs right off the tongue.
On his left and my right, the volleyballing arc beast of the East who can make you laugh in 3 words or less or your money back, Ronnie Johantges.
Hi.
Hi. Then our final member of the GMG Quadfecta, who has Apex in his heart, Doctor Who on his brain, and La Carreta in his old estomago, a secret member of PC Master Race in the making, Marc Boucher.
Secret member. Shh.
We don't talk about it.
Dang it, I totally forgot.
By the way,
about
welcome
that.
to the Sesame Street episode.
That's right, folks. I don't know where that came from. That's what happens when the last second I'm like, let's try something different. That didn't come out the way my imagination made it.
Well, go
All
look
right.
at the logo for Sesame Street. You'll understand why I call it that.
Oh, no, I don't. Where's the logo? What is it? Oh,
Everything
is it 1, 2,
goes
3?
down on 1, 2, 3 Sesame Street.
Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? All right.
I forgot
So-
what we were doing.
Wait, have I been saying it all wrong? It's Sesamia?
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's how
it's
they say
Sesame.
it.
It's Sesame.
Yes, in Mexico.
That's right. In Mexico. Patrick, how are you doing, my friend?
All right. Doing pretty good.
Great.
I had an interview this morning.
Yeah?
thought it
Yeah,
went-
buddy.
All right.
I thought it went really, really well.
Knock that baby out of the park.
Felt like it. I really felt like it. So it was 8:15 this morning. Kids get on the bus, and I tell the wife I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to prep for the interview. And I'm just reading through my notes. I'm looking online at the website, the corporate website, and I'm getting my information in, jotting some notes down. And then I look at the clock. It is 9:55. My interview's at 10. At 9:55, after I look at the clock, my hands start shaking. I get a little nervous. All this anxiety is all of a sudden rising to the top. And I crack all my fingers like you were trying to do earlier, Lucas. And I just took a deep breath, and that's when the call was made. And then for about 45 minutes, talking to the recruiter, and I feel like I did a great job selling myself and
Awesome.
showcasing my skills and stuff. So I think I did a good job. Next steps is to meet with the hiring manager. Don't know when that'll be. Hopefully I hear something this week. So yeah, this morning was pretty crazy. I've been on a high since then. My energy level is
Nice,
huge
man.
because of how good I felt the interview went. So I sat down and hung out with the wife today. The kids are back in school today, back in school,
Woohoo!
which
Are
is
you like the parents on the front porch when the kids get on the bus and you start doing the dance and getting out the champagne?
It's like when you and Mel first moved in to the house.
it was so quiet. The dog took a nap. It was fantastic. The kids are no longer running around. So the wife and I sat down. We watched this show called Man with a Plan with Joey Tribbiani or Matt LeBlanc. It's he's a dad. He's got a few kids, and it's on
Okay.
Netflix.
Huh.
And he's the same character. as the Joey from Friends, and it's hilarious. It's a old CBS show. I guess it's canceled now. There's like 4 or 5 seasons on Netflix. So yeah, that's a great show. That's a really funny.
Nice.
We did that. Really, nothing else much has been going on the life front. Clark started swimming lessons, and he's this past Saturday. He's had a couple seasons of swimming lessons, and on Saturday we're like, all right, we're going to take you to swimming lessons. He's like, I don't need swimming lessons. I was like, well, yeah, you do, buddy. We're gonna get ready for the summer so you can go, so you can swim and all that. I get there, I take him there, and he swims the length of the pool by himself, and I'm like, did we just waste money?
He did look like he was killing it. He looked like he was killing it online. I saw the video.
Yeah.
I was like, is he giving the lessons?
Yeah, exactly. Like, all right, go ahead and swim. And he's like not going in a straight line. He's like aiming straight for this other kid. He realizes he bumps into the other kid, and then he recorrects himself. But yeah, he swam the entire way without touching the bottom of the pool. So
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna do that for the next I guess 7 Saturdays. So he's gonna be a pro by the end of this, and then we'll be ready for
the Olympics.
Summertime.
Yeah, he's going to be Michael Phelps.
That's
for
right.
7 weeks.
I believe it got delayed. Tokyo's Olympics got delayed to this coming summer, so it's not too late.
I know.
You can just
Yeah, you have to
get
be
him right in
under
there.
18 or something like that, right?
Hey,
Exactly.
he fits that. He's good
Exactly.
to go.
On the gaming front, I got this. I mentioned it before. I might have mentioned it last week. I can't remember, but I got this controller for my phone, and it hooks up to both sides of my iPhone. It doesn't have a battery. It's the what kind of controller? I can't remember what it's called.
That's a funny name.
Razor Kishi, right?
Yeah, the Razor Kishi.
Quiche.
Yes,
yeah. I always think of a quiche, like that egg-based kind of baked thing you can eat. I don't know if you guys have had a quiche before, but
I've heard of it.
it's a quiche. It's
exactly
a
like that.
sister.
quiche.
Yep.
It's just like
It's
it, right?
like that, but not.
It's made of
Exactly.
eggs. Put
Exactly
some
not.
vegetables in it. Egg controller.
Squishy.
So yeah,
eggs. Gross.
I bought that, and it has all the buttons as with the new controllers. Like it has the L3 and R3. It's got the R1, R2, all the triggers, all the home buttons, all like the PS or the Xbox button. It's got all that. And so I bought it in effort just to be able to remote play on my PS5 and my Xbox Series S, and it works flawlessly. Like when I used to remote play with the Vita, there was a noticeable delay between my button input to what happened on the screen. With this, there is no delay.
Really?
I first started with Spider-Man just to see how it worked, and it was fluid. And then I posted online like, hey, this is amazing. Then I tried out Apex, and Apex was unbelievably smooth. There was no delay in this.
That's good because you need things to be smooth. In
Exactly. So for like the online first-person shooter or online multiplayer, with there being no delay, it's huge, absolutely huge. The only thing is the controller is a little bit smaller than what you would have for like the PS5 or the Xbox controller. So it was kind of hard to figure out where my hands needed to be, to where my thumbs could go from the right thumbstick to the face buttons. So it was kind of hard. But for single player games, I played Spider-Man Spider-Man the PS4 remastered version on PS5. I played that almost solely on remote play, and it was awesome.
Cool.
Really, really cool.
Good stuff.
So yeah, I played the PS5 or the PS4 Spider-Man remastered game, which was one of the games that I wanted to replay this year as part of my resolution. I played a ton of games this past week as part of my resolution.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, let's see.
I was like, I saw your progress, and I was like, he's gonna play all 12 games. You said once a month you were gonna play replay a game. I'm like, he's gonna play all of them in January.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted to get out ahead of the get out of the gate running, because Mass Effect, the Legendary Remastered Edition is coming out this spring, and I know that's going to take up like 200 hours at least going
So
through
like
those
a week
games.
for you, right?
Yeah, it's like two nights. So I wanted to get a whole bunch of games out of the way so I could play that and not have to worry about replaying the games. But the games that I beat so far this year, I played Spider-Man Miles Morales. I beat that at the beginning of the year. And then this past week I beat the Power Rangers Beats of Power. I love that game. It's so good. Spider-Man Injustice Gods Among Us, just a story. Injustice 2, just a story. And now, so that's 5 games. Now I'm on Quantum Break, and I'm playing Quantum Break right now in tandem with Ryan Straube from the Media Rock podcast. So
Nice.
Going out, and I am trying my hardest not to go too far ahead of him. So I texted him today. I was like, "There's 5 acts in this game," and I finished Act 1. And after each act, there's like a 22-minute TV episode. I was like, "Hey, I just finished Act 1. Let me know when you're done with Act 1 so I can start up again." Because for me, I would have just blew through that game and enjoyed it, but I'm trying to hold off, just hold, so I can have the conversation with him.
Hold.
Because there's like in the games, there's like decisions that you need to make,
Right.
and I want to find out what decisions he made and how it affects his story versus mine.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Now,
fun.
can you guys do like what is it, a watch party or whatever with Quantum Break? That'd be cool if you could.
I guess
But
we
I
could.
doubt it.
I guess we could dual stream it.
There you go. Dual
But
stream.
probably not, because his gaming hours are way different than my gaming hours.
They are. I see him really early in the morning.
Yeah, he's an early bird and I'm a late bird, night owl.
Late bird. Is that
There
how
it is.
goes? Early bird,
One of those
late
birds.
bird. All those late birds are out again.
Oh man, but yeah, that's about it for me.
Nice.
What about you, Ronnie?
Yeah.
How's it going over there?
It's
Hi.
going. It is. It's definitely going. I sent you guys the ARC video this week. I actually have another one because we did end up beating the King Titan after that.
Oh, did you?
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that was only one mech. So the Mega Mech is 4 of those.
I thought
combined.
that was the Mega Mech.
No, it's like, I mean,
That's huge.
probably 10 times taller than that one. It seems like it's
Huge.
ridiculous.
Beautiful.
But when we went to fight the King Titan, the Mega Mech didn't work.
Oh,
Straight up.
Oh.
So the thing is with the Mega Mech, for those who haven't listened to this, we're talking about ARC. You can only be summoned, like you can only summon the Mega Mech right after you summon the Alpha King Titan, and so you have this like 20-second window to get it to work, basically, and it just wasn't working. So we ended up just fighting him with what we had out, and
Beating him the old-fashioned way.
we did beat him the old-fashioned way. We did not leave with very many tames. It took most of them. It killed almost everything.
Yeah.
You had like that huge circle around them, and most of them were gone.
So that was the one for the Gamma Titan. When I sent you guys, we ended up doing the Alpha Titan shortly thereafter, and we had even
gotcha.
more tames. And I think we left with maybe 8 total, like 3 or 4 Rexes. It was not a lot. There were bodies everywhere. But we kind of
Oh, the
expected that
massacre.
too, without the Mega Mech. Like, kind of just like at a happy spot to get through it, because once you've summoned him, like you're in it. So,
yeah.
but we beat that. We finally moved maps. That was the Extinction map, and then we moved to a map called Aberration, which is almost all underground, actually. It's all underground. There's no flyers, so you can't just fly around on things.
Can you go underground?
Most of the game is actually underground, like caves.
No, I
and-
mean like, can you get like
Extra
a Tremor
underground?
style?
There are things that do go underground. I don't know if they're on this map. There's a basilisk that you can actually ride on certain maps, and you can go underground with him. I don't think it's on this map, but I'm not sure. Now, there's a couple
How
of...
does that work, riding something that goes underground? Like, that's a lot of dirt in your face.
I would assume if
like-
you're in first person, impossible.
Yeah, it's like where am I
Or
going?
third person.
I haven't.
It's like,
I personally haven't ever gotten one. It's not been on the maps that I've been on. But no, it is something that's I definitely want. They're pretty cool. I have seen one, but we went to this map called Aberration. It is almost all underground, like caverns and stuff like that. The interesting part is there is a surface to this map, but it's like you can only go to the surface at night. The ground is literally on fire, like during the day.
Oh, okay.
So you can only go up there
The
like at
floor
certain.
is lava.
It really is. You can only go up there at night. I haven't been up there yet. We like, I mean, we were able to take some stuff, but like, man, without like having something you can fly around on, like it's rough. It's really rough. There's a couple creatures that like glide and can climb walls, but we don't exactly have those yet. So it's been a grind so far.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much taken up almost all of my time. I don't know if I said last week, but I did finish Peaky Blinders, the 5
You did.
seasons.
yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has anybody looked at Pat? Have you looked at that one at all?
I added it to my list.
All right.
That's all I've done this past week. One step in the right direction.
That's a good step. That's a good step. So I am actually out. I'm kind of like in between like shows right now. There's nothing that I want to watch like really bad. So it's kind of weird. Like I don't want to pick something up right away either, and like get like hooked into it. So yeah, honestly, I'm kind of content right now with not having like a show that I'm kind of hooked in. It's kind of nice to be like,
All right.
you feel free.
I can do whatever I want.
Exactly, which is just play Ark all the time.
Exactly. Or you can go to Shuffle on Netflix and just watch.
Have you
Who
tried? Have you
does
guys
that?
tried that yet?
I am not one of those people that can do
I'm
that.
not brave enough to
I
do
could
it.
not do that. I will quit everything.
Quit everything?
I like everything that comes up. I'm like, nope. I'm gonna quit watching this. I'm gonna quit watching that. Like I wouldn't like anything.
Imagine
I
if
kind
they
of
did
want to
that.
try it.
Imagine if
Okay.
they did that for like video games, like Shuffle. It's like,
Lucas probably
Wanna try
would
new
love
games?
that.
I would love that. Actually.
He would.
That'd be fun.
He would be
how long is this platinum? 60 hours? Get out of here! I'm
Get
looking
outta
for
here,
the
skip.
6-minute ones.
And Minecraft.
In Minecraft. No.
And the last thing I did was went back to volleyball this week after I think 3 weeks off. That was
Nice.
that was quite an experience. You really realize how old and
yeah.
out of shape you are after
How's
3
your body
weeks.
doing?
It's good today. Like Saturday and Sunday, surprisingly, were awful.
It screams at me on occasion.
Yeah, you got to limp off the first few steps in the morning, but it was great to be back and like actually do something active because I think within those 3 weeks, I'm not sure that I did anything really. But yeah, honestly, that's pretty much it for me.
Nice.
Mark, how about you?
Nice. Oh, nothing really of consequence happened to me this week. It was kind of a boring week. Nothing really out of the ordinary.
Other
just make
than
something
your
up then.
PC.
Well, then there's that, I suppose. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Look at us. Yeah, so the PC came in on Thursday. Obviously, I was super pumped about that. Did the unboxing video.
Yeah, that box was about the size of one of them smart cars, right? You could have.
Yeah,
They
basically.
could have driven that thing to you and then just said, "Here you go."
You
take
needed
it."
another table for that box. That was huge.
And the tower honestly is like a third of that. But well, probably not a third, but that's overstressing it. But it's not nearly as big as the box was.
Yeah.
Most of it was just to protect what's in the box. But yeah, I did the unboxing video and all that, and got it set up Thursday night.
I love the first unboxing video. It was only like 45 seconds. I was like, man, he's going to unbox this in 45 seconds? How efficient is
Screw
he?
you, Twitter. Screw you, Twitter. Cut the video to
Throwing
42
shade at
seconds.
Twitter.
It's like a 5-minute video, and they just decided to just clip it. I'm like, oh, you suck. So I had to upload it to YouTube.
It's the old cellophane unboxing.
Yep. Watch me peel it off.
Oh,
slowly.
man, but you said how satisfying that was. I love doing that.
Yeah.
And you had the largest cellophane piece I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's covering the tempered glass that's on the
That's
on
great.
the outside there. But yeah, got it all hooked up and everything. Tested some things on it. I had to download Apex to see if it would run it.
Oh, on your PC?
Yeah.
And
And it runs it just fine.
oh my
man.
goodness.
One more step into PC Master Race. I can smell it.
Now, I don't know if I can go in that far just because I'm pretty much like PS5 is my mainstay. That's my spot. And plus I really don't, I mean, yeah, it does crossplay, I guess. But it really didn't feel that much different from console Apex, in my opinion.
Now, did you use mouse and keyboard when you played it, or did you still hook up controller?
Still a controller.
Fair enough.
Maybe I'll venture into that territory to test it, but like I tried it and I was like, this is horrible to me. This does not feel comfortable at all.
By the way, Mark, Ark is a much better game on the computer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it crossplay?
Okay.
I don't know that. Actually, I think it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it is. I think you just have to have a Microsoft account.
Gotcha. So yeah, I gave Apex a try, played a match, killed one person, then died rather quickly after that, and I was like, okay, I'm good. I just wanted to test it and see if it could. And it does. Everything works pretty well with it. The only problem that I had when I tried to play Apex, because I'm playing through Steam, and I tried to boot it up. Apparently, the anti-cheat software that is attached to Apex on PC considers the RGB, like the LED lights on the tower. They like flag that as like an anti-cheat measure. Yeah.
So it just turns it off while you're playing Apex?
No, it won't stay booted. It'll kick you out of the game. It said, anti-cheat issue detected, and it gives you the code. And I looked it up, and it's because of the stupid lights. I'm like, I'm not cheating with my lights. I'm sure somebody knows the reason for it. I have no idea.
So
That
do you
is
have to
weird.
turn off the lights in order to play Apex?
I had to uninstall.
Turn the lights
lights.
down.
Wait,
Oh
you
my
uninstall the
gosh.
lights?
Yeah, the program that controls the lights,
Right.
you can actually uninstall that.
Huh.
Of course, you can reinstall it just as easily. But I was like, you know what? This is not a big deal. I mean, it is, but I'm like, I want to play.
That's ridiculous, but there's
It is
again,
ridiculous, but
you're right. There's got to be a reason.
yeah. But I was like, okay, I'll do this just so I can play. And it finally booted up. But yeah, everything runs super smooth on it. The only thing that kind of sucked was that the capture card that I bought, because I upgraded my capture card, and I tried to find something a little cheaper than, say, your Elgato capture cards, which the one that I would be looking at goes to it's like $180. And this capture card that I got is $60. And so I was looking at reviews on it, like, yeah, this works surprisingly well. It's great. And so like, okay, we'll give it a shot. And so it comes and I hook everything up, and there's a component of it that's not working. So typically with this capture card, it has the USB cable, which hooks up to the PC, and then it has an HDMI in and an HDMI out. The HDMI in goes from the console, the PS5, to the card.
Okay.
And then the HDMI out goes from the capture card to whatever TV or whatever or monitor that you're using to play the game on.
Yeah.
And the HDMI out is not working.
Is it
At
a
all.
faulty card?
That's what I'm assuming, because I tried different things, doing it with different TVs, trying different measures. I was talking with the
Oh.
guys in Discord about it, on our Discord server, and they're like, hey, did you try this? Did you try that? I'm like, okay, I can give this a try. Nothing was working. So the only thing I can assume is that this is a defective card. So I reached out to Amazon, and they are sending me another card.
Okay.
Should be here tomorrow.
Okay.
Now, if it does the same thing, then obviously I'm giving up on that card.
Yeah.
And I may just have to bite the bullet and get an Elgato. Just because that's kind of the gold standard of capture cards.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens tomorrow for sure. But yeah, I'm really digging the PC. Actually, we got to stream with it on Saturday night.
Yeah, you
going
did.
into some of my gaming stuff. So in lieu of the capture card not working, I had been tipped off to a cloud-based streaming platform where it captures your video and audio from your console, and it does everything in the cloud. It's something called Lightstream, and I had asked some people about it, and they're like, yeah, it actually works. It's pretty good. So I got it set up and did a couple of tests on it. Pat, I think you jumped in on one of my tests when I was playing Sackboy, which finally showed up.
Better late
literally
what timing?
hours. Yeah, literally hours after I decided to change the GMG Game of the Month to Immortals Fenyx Rising. Hours after that, it finally showed up in the mail. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to play this in my own time and just enjoy it. And I'm very much enjoying that game. It's a very simple platformer, very much in the thread of Astro's Playroom. Lucas, I think you and your kids would very much enjoy this game.
Yeah, man. That's what I've
and
heard.
I love the fact that they, like Rayman Legends, they incorporate music into their levels.
It's
Love
so
it.
cool.
They actually have I don't know if you consider this a spoiler. Not really.
No.
They use Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson's Uptown Funk in one of the levels. They used a song that I haven't heard in years in their game. It's a song called "Move Your Feet" from a group called Junior Senior. It came out in like the early 2000s, and they incorporate that in one of their levels. And I'm like, this is awesome.
Did you get to the Britney Spears level?
I have not gotten there.
Spoilers.
Yo.
Spoilers.
That was a surprise.
Well, now I have something to look forward to, I guess.
No, they don't do that one. It's the Toxic.
Oh,
one. Yeah.
Awesome.
They don't have
I'm
all
okay
the
with
words in
that.
there either. So
gotcha. They on Uptown Funk, they kept one word in, but they cut another word, and so they like half edited it. That's so weird to say. Edited it.
Edited it. It's like you added extra syllables to that word.
Anemone. But yeah, I'm very much digging that game.
Cool.
And then, like I said, Saturday night we streamed some Immortals Fenyx Rising, which is very much like a it's a light RPG action adventure open world type game with a lot of influence, a lot of elements of Breath of the Wild
Yeah.
in it, which, you know me, I'm a Zelda fan, so that's right in my wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very much enjoying it. It has a lot of light humor in it.
a lot. There was
Yeah.
a lot of it. Mark was probably laughing more than I've ever heard him laugh before in this game. It's really funny.
Yeah, they definitely break the fourth wall plenty of times, and it's funny because it's this story being told from the perspective of these two mythological gods. It's set in mythological times, and so it's a fun story. Other than the fact that I hate the fact that even like you're not even using stamina, but swimming. Just moving when you're swimming just uses up stamina and you can die. I was like, This guy is
Really?
like climbing huge mountains and things like that, and he's got these super powerful wings and things like that, and all these different like these artifacts of the gods and stuff. But dude can't swim.
So Mark goes into this creek. This, I don't know, maybe 15-foot creek, and he's just like swimming around. He's enjoying it, and then he realizes, oh, it's using stamina. So she tries to get out, and he ends up dying because
wow.
he doesn't have any stamina left.
It's like
this guy's able to fly around, climb mountains, but he can't swim across this creek.
It's like Maui from Moana. Remember when he sings in "You're Welcome"? He says, "I can do everything but sink," or no, I can do everything but can't swim. He says pretty much in the song. I totally botched
Truth
the
be
song,
told,
but
I haven't seen Moana yet.
you need to see that, buddy.
Oh, it's a good movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But had a lot of fun with it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish the game on stream.
Let's go back. How long did it take you to get to the title screen?
An hour and 40 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
It's not like Mark was just like doing all these side quests. He was pretty much mainlining it.
Hour 40
Although
minutes
I
to
was
get to the title screen.
I was told that I think it's Assassin's Creed 3. Took him 6 hours.
Yeah, that's
to get to the title screen.
It's a long one. Yeah. But it was hilarious. I've never heard you laugh so hard before.
It's like what? An hour and 40 minutes. And the funny thing is, just after I said it, they actually reference it in the game. It's like, we're just now hitting the title screen?
That's hilarious.
It's good humor.
Yeah.
But yeah, very much enjoying that game. Having a lot of fun. I think that is about it for me.
All right.
Lucas?
Well, I guess that leaves me.
You are the last.
I am the last.
You are the last.
one.
The last.
So, here in Sao Paulo this past week, we went from the red phase to the yellow phase.
Woohoo!
And the heavens
for COVID.
opened.
Okay. I was like, what?
Reality check. During the holidays, we were in the red phase. Nothing was open. Everybody was pretty much discouraged from going anywhere. We had really great plans at the beginning of break back in mid-December. And then like a day or two before, Mindy got a notice from the school, from the news saying, hey, red phase for the next couple weeks. Have fun with your holidays at home. And of course, lots of people went to the beach and said, forget you, I'm doing what I want. But we tried to obey the rules. So this past week when it went to yellow phase, we hit the streets. And we went to... okay, we didn't hit the streets. But we went,
Just breathed on everybody.
yeah, we're just like, hey, everyone, let's hang out.
Yellow, guys.
Yellow. It's yellow day. We went to the park, like the big park called Ibirapuera, which is like Central Park in New York, but for Sao Paulo. And we hung out. The last time I went there, if you guys remember, I tried to play tag with my kids, busted my lip open, and scraped up my knee real bad. I still have a scar from it. But we went back, and I said, kids, rule number 1, we are not playing tag. Rule number 2, I am not making a fool of myself 2 visits to the park in a row. So we played it cool. We just walked around. We had a little picnic. It was real nice. It was like, it went between, overcast and sunny. It was just really pleasant. So we had fun there. Then later on in the week, on Saturday, I think we went to the kids' school called Paca. They have a swimming pool that's pretty good size, and we got to swim there. We hung out with 2 other families, and it was fun. We got to visit with people. I realized in hanging out with some of Mindy's coworkers and their families and their kids that I've not spoken to many people outside of my family in quite a few weeks, because we just got to conversating, and I would just have these moments where I'm like talking without stopping or breathing, and I'm like, dude,
I have so much to say.
I have so much to share. Because my family knows everything. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what it's like to just be with people, and you can't just talk about anything new because you're with them all the time. So you get to with other people who don't know what's going on in your life. You're like, let me tell you what is happening.
He throws down a scroll that's like a mile long.
Yeah. I've written a few notes here about our conversation we're going to have for the next 3 hours.
Hopefully you don't have to work next week.
Yeah. It's a good thing you're on break. You still got a week and a half before you got to go back to school. Yeah, it was really cool. We had a little picnic with some families, and the only bad part about it was it was a very overcast day, but the sun was still full force, and we did not apply sunscreen.
Oh, boy.
All 4 of us
Lobster!
got burnt. It was not good. And it took me back to college days when I would tell Mindy when we were dating, you know, we would go places or do something in the sun, and she'd say, you better put sunblock on. And I'd be like, okay, yeah, you're right. But then on overcast days, I'd be like, I don't need sunblock. It'll be fine. And, you know, she, her dad, and other people who are very conscious of such things would be like, it doesn't matter if it's overcast, you can still get burnt. Mm-hmm. And we were all reminded of that on Saturday, and we're still feeling it. Like, my daughter looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Her nose is like super red, and she's dark complected. And yeah. So that's what happens
I just assumed
when you
you and
stay in your
James were
house.
pink.
When you're
Yeah, we
also
were.
when you're in the
Pink little
Southern
shrimp
Hemisphere.
running around. Yeah, but that's what happens when you spend most of your life the past year in your house, and your skin's not used to it.
The sun attacks.
Yeah, the sun attacked us for sure. Then beyond that, and more quarantine-like events with our family, we finished the original trilogy of Star Wars, and that was fun.
Nice.
I'll be honest, the movies have just not aged well. I can't say that visually speaking, like especially A New Hope, the editing in that is awful. Like where I almost said Anakin, where Luke is holding the lightsaber in one place, when they make the lightsaber pop out, his hand goes to the right, and it's pointing in a totally different direction. Their editing in that movie is just atrocious. Thankfully, with Empire and Return of the Jedi, it gets better. The story gets better overall. I think for me, I definitely prefer Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and then the movies from there. But other than brother and sister, you know, kissing each other, the second 2 movies in the trilogy are stellar. And so it was fun to watch that. And then after that, we binged the first season of Mandalorian this week. So it was amazing. I hadn't watched it since, you know, it originally came out, and watched it week by week. Watching it back to back, even better. Like,
So much better.
it's even better. I'm like, oh, this is the only way to watch like series, is just like, oh, let's watch another one. Kids were like, can we watch another episode? Yeah, let's do it. And so we just watched another one, and the kids loved it. There were definitely some things they had no idea what was going on. Like, there was a few times that people just said these strings of words and sentences where it's like, I don't even know how to explain this to you. It's like, go get the quarry from the, I don't know, like, I can't even repeat some of the stuff they would say. But I think today when we watched the last episode, he was like, would anyone care for some libations?
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm not explaining that to my kids. Thankfully, they just glazed by it. They didn't ask what libations were. I mean, I've just been like drinks or whatever. But it's so good, like, so good. I can't wait to watch the next season with the kids, because in season 2, no spoilers, but in season 2, there are even more Rebels and Clone Wars references, and so the kids are going to be pumped. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen them this excited about a show in a long time. Like, it's almost like going to a movie and watching opening night with the kids, because they're just like, oh, what? No! Like, this is a small spoiler. I don't think it's a big deal, but just skip ahead a minute if you've never seen anything of The Mandalorian or if you've never seen Star Wars. But in the first or second episode, James was like, man, Mando needs to get a backpack. When the Mandalorian crews help him out and they come in on their come in with their rocket packs and stuff, James is like, when's Mando going to get a rocket pack? And then in the last episode, when the female Mandalorian, when the blacksmith gives it to him, James is like, I knew it! He's gonna fly. And he was so pumped when he was flying and taking down stuff he took down and all that.
That's awesome.
So good. It's so fun it looks like Christmas with kids. Like, they just re-energize you with their energy when they just get excited about it. So
Yeah.
that was really cool. And then the last thing I wanted to share in the life front was actually something that I didn't love so much. You know, like, we loved The Mandalorian, but this other thing we did not love. And that is, Christmas is officially over in the Swisher household. And my heart's broken. We took down all the lights, the tree, the decorations. This is past Wednesday, Three Kings Day, the official final day of the 12 days of Christmas. It was sad. And it made me sad. and so I need to do something about the sadness. And so I think we need to do something about it right now, right here.
Okay.
Let's play Bamboozled,
Oh,
a surprise
snap.
belated Christmas edition. I hope you're ready. Today we have 3 contestants in the GMG edition of Belated Christmas Bamboozled. Starting with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, also called Patrick Novosel. How are you today?
I thought
I
it was
didn't know
going to be
Tasha was playing.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Ronnie.
I did too.
I mean,
totally
All
got
right,
that.
we can do that. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Ronnie.
there we go.
How are you today, sir? Tell us about yourself before we get into the game.
I'm well. A little bit about me personally. I enjoy long walks on the beach, jazz music, and I play the saxophone.
I would have never thought that, but that is fantastic. I'm glad to hear. Next up, our other contestant. He's an elf from the North Pole. Who wants to be the elf? I'm afraid to pick.
This was
I'll
such
pick the
a
wrong one.
such a weird start.
Choose wisely.
Go ahead, Mark the elf. How are you today?
I'm a special Christmas elf.
Are you now?
I won't tell you how I'm special, but I'm special.
Okay, thank you for that wonderous introduction.
Yeah, you
very
bring
mysterious.
the choir down a whole octave in a
Yes,
good
you
way.
did. And then our final member of, or final contestant, he saved Nakatomi Plaza. He is Patrick. I forget his last name.
McLean.
McLean.
Ah, man.
Patrick McLean.
I'm the
Yeah,
reindeer.
saving the
He's
best for the last.
McLean.
I tried
Okay.
to give it to Patrick. Ronnie
So-
took it.
Side note, real quick. So my nephew obviously got a bunch of toys for Christmas, and one of them is like this push around like horsey kind of thing, and when you move it, it makes sounds. And one of the sounds it makes is yippee-ki-yay! and
And then it stops or continues.
it just stops right
Oh,
there.
okay. All right.
Just like Patrick McLean. Tell us about yourself, you fine man. You.
Well, I've been on the force for the past 20 years. I've got a wife in New York, and I'm going to go visit her for Christmas.
Fantastic. We hope that goes well, that nothing goes wrong in that visit. That it'll be perfect.
Welcome to the party, pal.
All right, let's begin Bamboozled. Starting with the elf, Marcy B. Boucher. Are you
Haven't
ready?
heard that in a while.
Yes.
Yes, I am quite ready.
I am so happy you're ready. Question number 1. In which modern-day country was St. Nicholas supposedly born?
I don't get
No
multiple
options.
choice.
I'm gonna get.
Dang it.
I'm going
Oh,
to get
no
crushed
options.
at this game.
Yuck. Dang.
It's, well, no hints, because you're a smart guy, Mr. Elf, so go ahead. Do you have a guess?
I don't know if I'm that smart though. Is it Germany?
That is incorrect.
I would have won
McLean,
with Germany too.
how about you?
What was the question again?
In which modern city?
You gotta
one-
talk
no,
like John
in which
McClane the whole time. What was the
modern day
question again?
country was St. Nicholas supposedly born?
Uruguay.
No, that is incorrect. Good effort. Rudolph,
much
how
we
about
know.
you?
Ukraine.
You got the closest.
That's what
It's
I'm talking-
Turkey. So we're going to give the point to Ronnie.
Yes.
What? I thought Uruguay's closer.
Originally
Come on.
Patara, a city in the ancient district of Lycia in Asia Minor. All right, Rudolph, do you want to pass or pick a Wicked Wango card to go higher or lower?
Oh yeah, I'll pick the card. I'll take it. Whatever the consequences
Fantastic.
are.
There's no consequences. You get a bonus point.
All
You
right.
doubled your points. Now you got 2. All right.
That's a great
Question number 2. We are going to start with John McLean, Patrick McLean. Which country started the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree?
Uruguay.
That is incorrect. Rudolph,
close.
which country?
That's you, Ronnie.
Rudolph?
Oh, yeah, I was literally like waiting for Mark to answer. I was like, man, he's taking forever thinking about this one.
I'm the elf.
I'm gonna go with the United States.
That is incorrect, Mark. Just repeat your answer from before.
I was about to say Germany.
That is correct. You get a point.
You gave him a hint. What?
No, I didn't give him
I was
a hint.
gonna do it anyway.
I knew he was gonna do it.
Fake
So-
news.
If I wasn't winning, this game would be crap.
Right now, the score is Rudolph, 2 points. Marcy B. Elf, 1 point. Let's see. Question number 3. We're going to go with Rudolph. What is the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time?
Highest grossing Christmas movie of all time. I'm going to go with the Grinch, the latest one, the Dr. Seuss, like the real life one.
That is incorrect. Marcy B. Elf.
Home Alone.
That is correct. You scored another point. 2 points for Marcy B., 2 points for Rudolph. Now you can choose to spin the wheel or pick a Google card.
Is that me? I'm choosing.
So many
Yes.
options.
I am looking this up right now, and you're a liar. The Grinch is number 1,
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
no.
and Home Alone is number 2.
Well, for that, Marcy
What?
B and
Don't-
Rudolph gets an extra point. Patrick
I don't
gets
believe
negative 1 point for correcting the host.
No, this game is rigged.
But we
I will show
appreciate
you.
your feedback, and we will keep that in mind for future belated Christmas bamboozled.
Son of a.
All right, Marcy B, would you like to spin the wheel or pick a Google card?
Let's spin the wheel.
All right. All right, you landed on the get everyone's points space. So you
Ha
you get Ronnie and Patrick's points. So you
My
get
negative points.
You're getting a
plus
negative
1.
from Patrick.
I'm back to 0. Let's go.
So Patrick's back to 0, Ronnie is to 0, and Marcy B. Elf has 4 points. Is that how math works?
He would have gotten 2
think-
total. I think I had
suppose.
3.
Yep, close enough. All right. Question number 4 is not a question at all, but the super speedy speed round.
But a cage fight.
Let's
to the death.
let's put a pause on this for a second. So Ronnie mentioned the Jim Carrey Grinch being the highest grossing movie of all time. It is not.
I think he said the newest.
I did.
Oh, he said the live action.
I did mean that one.
Oh, you said the live action.
Yeah, the Benedict Cumberbatch computer generated one is the highest grossing movie.
Wow. Oh my gosh. The Grinch is 2 of the top 3 of all time.
Wow, overrated Christmas movies.
That means I had 1 less point, Mark. For you to get.
You shouldn't have said anything, Mark.
Now Mark only has 3 points. Thank you, Ronnie,
Yeah, I'm
for
still okay.
No,
Thanks
actually,
for that correction, Marcy B.
I don't think so, because Pat then wouldn't have had -1, so he still would have gotten. He still would have.
You're all back to 0
Are you
points.
keeping track of this, Lucas?
We're going into the speed round with
We're all
0 points for everyone. You all lose the
All
points.
right, when somebody else is winning, all we got to do is make a mess of this game.
Exactly.
Everybody resets.
All right, here we go. First, to get into the super speedy speed round, you each need a Christmas sound. Marcy B. Elf, what will be your Christmas sound? I didn't hear anything. I just saw your hands move.
What? You can't hear anything?
I couldn't hear
No,
anything.
just
You
like
look
a-
like
Hands.
you were doing some jazz hands, man.
That was weird.
All right, that's an
Okay.
interesting Christmas sound, like a phone ringing.
It's the Christmas magical cheer. So,
Okay.
no,
I always
noise.
thought it was going to be something about Christmas shoes, but next up, Patrick
Oh,
McLean.
You know what? I take that back. So wanna buy these.
Perfect. All right, Patrick McLean, what is your Christmas sound?
Patrick McLean.
Na 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 na.
Fantastic. And Rudolph Ronnie, your Christmas sound.
I think I'm gonna let the host pick my sound.
Ho, ho, ho.
Patrick, you could have picked Yippee Ki Yay.
I could have.
You could have.
I'm switching it.
There it is.
Fair enough. All right. Let's go to the super speedy speed round. Here we go. Question number 1. What makes Christmas beverage? Not what makes. What Christmas beverage can also be called milk punch?
Yippee-ki-yay.
Patrick McLean.
Eggnog.
That is correct. 1 point for
Yes.
Patrick.
Let's go.
Question number 2. From which country does eggnog traditionally come from?
Yippee-ki-yay.
Patrick McLean.
Germany.
That is incorrect.
Ugh.
Now it's
Ho,
worth
ho,
2
ho.
points. Ronnie the Rudolph.
Turkey.
That is incorrect.
Shot in the dark.
Uruguay. I already went, sorry.
You lost your point, Patrick, for bringing up Uruguay for the 3rd time.
Get out of here.
Anyone else? Last guess, Mark.
Holland.
That is incorrect. It was England. All right,
Dang
question
it!
number
I had the
3.
UK in my head. Why did I not go with it?
Never doubt your gut. All right, how many ghosts show up to hang out with Ebenezer Scrooge in A Christmas Carol?
Ho, ho, ho.
Sir, I want to buy the... Oh.
Ronnie first.
3.
I'm so glad you rang in, Mark.
That is incorrect.
Is it really?
4.
That is correct. Don't
He
forget
didn't
about...
ring in. Brum, brum, brum.
Don't-
Yippee-ki-yay.
All
4.
right, Patrick, I'll give it to you. That is a point for Patrick. Remember, you must buzz in.
I already buzzed in. I literally buzzed in
All
right
right,
after
fine.
him.
You get half of Patrick points. Half a point for Mark.
We can't hear your ring. Apparently it mutes it on our end.
We just see jazz hands. Christmas jazz hands. All right, question number 4. Where was baby Jesus born?
Yippee-ki-yay.
McLean.
Yeah.
Bethlehem.
That is correct. All right, question number 5. According to Elvis, what color Christmas is going to have without
Sir,
you?
I want to buy the...
Marcy B. Elf.
I want Mark to answer everyone.
Blue.
That is correct. Question number 6. In Home Alone, in which European city are the McAllister family traveling when they leave Kevin behind?
Sir, I want to buy the...
Marcy B.
Paris.
That is correct. Question number 7. According to the 12 Days of Christmas song, what did my true love give to me on the 8th day of Christmas?
Sir, I want to buy these shoes.
Marcy B. Elf.
Made some milking.
That is correct. Last question. In the movie Elf, what did Buddy say was the first rule of the Code of North Pole Elves? You're all wrong. It doesn't matter. Marcy B wins the Christmas special. It was treat
Sir,
every
what about
day
these
like
shoes?
Christmas. All right. That concludes this episode of GMG Bamboozled Belated Christmas Edition. Woo. Thanks for humoring me, guys. That was actually left
I'm
over
sweating right now.
from that was left over from our Christmas episode.
Sir, I want to buy these shoes.
All right. Real quick gaming update before we finally get into whatever our topic is. I don't remember. I did finish and platinum 6 games this past week. Just a few.
That's it? That's all you did?
That's all.
Oh.
I've now gotten
Rookie numbers.
10 platinums
Can you
in 11 days.
Can you please name off the games that you beat?
Yes.
Please.
Road Bustle.
Ron, hold on, whoa.
cannot
Ronnie,
even
let me let us know if you've heard of any of these.
All right.
All right. The first one is Road Bustle.
Of
And,
course I've heard of that.
It's a it's a mix between Crossy Road. Have you heard of that, right?
Nope.
Really?
yeah.
It's a mobile
Crossy Road?
game. Got a little
Yeah.
chicken like and you go across. Frogger?
Okay.
Yeah,
Have
I've
you heard of
never
that?
heard of Frogger yet.
All right. It's kind of like
Yeah.
Frogger and Death Stranding because you're a mailman. And you
You just like, matter of fact, yeah. Just like Death Stranding because you're a mailman.
That's right. It's just like
That's
it.
the only thing about Death Stranding that it's like.
Except in the game, it's like a nightmare because you're slower than everything else. Like there's cars going everywhere. You run slower than everything. It took about 30 minutes for me to get the plat. I gave it 6 out of 10 golf carts.
That's it? 30
Yeah.
minutes?
30 minutes.
Dang.
That's it. Another 30-minute game, Super Destronaut DX. Ronnie, you heard of that one?
Nope.
Have you heard of Galaga?
Yep.
All right, it was like that, just updated, handful of play modes, randomly generated weaponry.
How
It's
do you
pretty
come
fun.
across
I
these
gave it
again? You have a wheel you spin?
just
With just like 1,000 games that nobody's ever heard of on it.
That's correct. I did a search.
Literally
Give me
in his
1,000
house.
games no one's ever heard of.
Click, 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 click.
I believe that is true. You have a list like that.
I'd rather not say.
It's a
I give
handwritten
it
list as well.
Yeah.
Like a quill pen.
It is. Yeah, I just dip it in. Just dip. Then right. Till it runs out of ink. Dip it again. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. That's all I got.
8 out of 10. 8 out of 10s.
Yep. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10s. The next one is Milo's Quest.
Nope.
Heard of that one?
What about, is that the sequel, Otis's Quest?
No, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Ah,
More people would have heard of that. This is like a 45-minute long plat. Actually, it took me 45 minutes to beat it, 30 minutes to platinum it, because you didn't have to beat the game to get the platinum. That's always fun. It was kind of like an old school Legend of Zelda top-down adventure, except instead of the Master Sword, you had your forehead. You're a dog and you're head-butting just random ghosts. That's what it is. And instead
Because,
of
of course.
breaking pots, you're pushing blocks. And instead of collecting Triforce pieces, you're collecting dog bones.
Yeah, dead on.
7 out, 7 out of 10.
Exactly the same game.
It's pretty much the same game to you, right? Spider-Man Miles Morales. You've heard of that one.
I have.
Platinumed that
Yeah,
one this
Only
week.
because I know you
Finally,
guys.
only a quality game. I don't need to say much about it, except that the 100 times combo, it can just go jump off a cliff. I don't like it. But it was my 150th platinum, so that was fun. I give it a
That's awesome.
10 out of 10 Bodega Cats. All right, I got a few more. Memory Lane. Have you heard of this one, Ronnie?
Nope.
Have you ever played the match game where you like turn over cards and have to match them when you're a
Nope.
kid?
Not really.
You didn't?
Yeah, I mean, are you just talking about just
Wow.
flipping over cards and trying to match them together?
Exactly. The match game.
I don't. I mean, I understand what that is, but I don't know that
it's
I ever played it.
also
That's
referred
the
to as
game.
memory.
It took 20 minutes. Tasha helped me. And that's it. Thanks, Tim Pollen, for suggesting that game. 6 out of 10 because it's vanilla.
Yeah.
But Tasha joined me, and later on in the week, she got the platinum in it as well, her first platinum on her
Ooh.
PSN ID. So that was fun.
that's awesome.
That was cool.
That's really cool.
Get her picture with it. All right, 2 more, and then I'm honestly done for the week. Inksplosion. Have you heard of that one, Ronnie?
I have not heard of that one.
Okay. It's a twin stick shooter, and you're a skull that shoots, and you're shooting other skulls that also shoot. And that's it. And every time you shoot, it paints the screen. I don't really know what the point of the game was. The space was very crowded. The hitboxes were very finicky. 5 out of 10 ink spots. But a 40-minute platinum, so I tolerated it. And then the last one was the most bizarre one, called Peasant Knight.
I
You're
have
a
actually
knight.
heard of that.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay.
Fell right into his trap.
I love this little game we play where you pretend like you know something, and then I pretend like I believe you. You think after 123 episodes I believe anything you say? That is a negative. I do enjoy acting like I believe what you say, though. All right. Peasant Knight. You're off to kill a wizard. Not the wonderful Wizard of Oz, but another wizard. And you've lost your sword. So all you have is your shield. And you've lost your ability to stay still. You have restless leg syndrome, and it's a
real thing in a
constant.
game?
Yeah, it's a constant runner. So like if you don't press any buttons, the knight will just keep running, and he'll just run off the screen and die over and over and over again. So you have to press the jump button. You have to hit. You have to avoid traps. It's ridiculously bizarre, and probably out of 90 levels, you have to beat 47 to get to platinum. I had to do it in 2 sittings because it got very stressful. Because it's very fast paced, and
Yeah,
if you
can't
don't
take a
do,
break.
no, you can't take a break. And if you don't finish the level fast enough, you get struck by lightning and you die. So it's like
Sounds intense.
it's intense, and it's like Atari / Nintendo graphics somewhere. It's like 7-bit graphics. It's really ugly. Yeah, so
Just a block running around.
yeah, pretty much a block with a little 2-bit feather on top of its head. Yeah, I got to the second boss, got the platinum, and I deleted it real fast. Yeah, I'd give that one like a 4 out of 10. Yeah, I didn't end it well for the week, but still got the platinum, so it was fun.
Nice. How many platinums is that for you now?
I have 153 something, 153.
And is your goal this year 200?
Yeah, my goal is 200, 10 days, or no, 11 days, 10 platinums. At this pace, I will have like 300 platinums by the end of the year. I won't keep this pace up forever, so I'll enjoy it.
You're going to run out of crappy games.
I am going to run out. I'm going to have to start playing quality games eventually. Come February, I'll be playing all the quality games, and it'll take forever to get through them. But yeah, that last game, I never would have predicted it would be so difficult. Speaking of predictions, it's time for the topic. That's right, folks. We are talking about our 2020 predictions that we made at the beginning of the year and giving our 2021 predictions. Some of them about the show, some of them about our joiners. So let's just jump right into it. Last year, this is our second annual predictions episode. Last year, Ronnie won the 2019 predictions episode, so he is the defending champion.
He's got the belt.
And he got nothing for it, but he's still the defending champion.
Pride.
If he wins again, maybe he should get himself a prize on our behalf for the two times win.
Maybe.
But if he doesn't, then I think he needs to buy this year's winner a gift.
Well, that
way
seems
it's fair.
That seems like the opposite of fair.
Well, no, but then you don't do it. You forget, and then you don't do it later. So
it's quite fair for the person who gets it.
It's true. I have to buy myself something if I win, and if you guys win, I buy you something. Is that what I'm understanding?
That is.
You got it.
You got it.
What's the name of this game? It's called I Win.
Pretty much. All right, so I'm just going to go through the results real quick, give some of the who got the points and all that jazz. Some interesting numbers, to say the least. The first thing we asked about in 2020 was the total listens. And Ronnie said 10,300. Mark said 11,420. Patrick said 9,216. And I said 14,567. And I was the closest and got a point. The final total for 2020 was 20,100.
Woohoo!
So higher than we all predicted.
Way higher.
So congrats.
Love it.
Thanks, everybody, for listening.
The next was the total for Twitter. Mark guessed 1,100. Patrick guessed 926. I guessed 1,004. Ronnie guessed 1,003. Thank you, Ronnie, for that. The total was 763. We creeped up a little. Patrick, you got the point. So good job. Total Discord members. Patrick guessed 47. I guessed 69. Ronnie guessed 50. Mark 53. The total was 65. So I got the point there. Pretty good.
You could have written down any numbers, by the way, and none of us would know the difference.
That's true. I could just be making up all these numbers.
You could have made it up to where you just barely squeak by with the win, and we would just assume that it's 100%.
You're like, all right, we believe you. Total reviews on Apple and Podchaser. We gave some numbers. The total was 31. Mark guessed 48 and was the closest. The rest of us were all over the place. So, good job, Mark, getting that one.
Yeah, I get a point.
Total iTunes ratings. I'm just going to read this one for sure because it's funny. Ronnie guessed 856.
That does sound right.
This is about where Ronnie started to check out. And so Mark guessed 57, Patrick 46, I guessed 69. I don't know why, but I do. The total was 42 ratings. Oof. Patrick, you got the points for guessing 46. Good job. Now, the next ones you're going to really enjoy because they're about our joiners. The next one is how many single-player campaigns will Infinity Bro Isaac finish in 2020? And, of course, as Mark noted, it depends on what he means by a bunch. But Mark guessed 25, Pat guessed 17, I guessed 13, Ronnie guessed 21. Isaac Alistic had this to say, if I remember correctly, I think I made a casual goal of beating 20 games. Since I had gotten away from single-player games, by my count, I think I beat 11 this year, which is more than I've ever beat before, but didn't get to my goal. I'm going to keep my 2021 goal modest based on my available time this year. I want to try to beat 25 games in 2021. I think I can kick it up a notch if I don't get sucked into Fortnite again. Yeah, we'll see about that, buddy.
I will say that we made these predictions pre-COVID, and he has had a crazy year.
That is
Yes,
true.
he has.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
Good call, but still, that's life.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Just saying.
that's a good note though. But hey, Isaac, that's awesome that you beat more games than you've ever done before, and I also
I would
thank
have
you.
guessed, based off of COVID, I would have said 11.
You're such a liar. That is fake news. But thankfully, I got the point because I was closest. All right. The next one was about how many new foods, new places, new hobbies will Ash Ingram try, visit, and start in 2020. With that, let's go to Ash Ingram on the Discord. 2020, she said, was a complete write-off for me. I didn't get to go anywhere new or try anything new. I haven't given myself any New Year's resolutions for 2021 after losing 2 family members in 2020. All I want for 2021 is for myself, my family, my friends to be healthy and safe. That's all I want for this year. That would make me happy. And Ash Ingram,
That's good.
we wish the same thing.
Yeah.
We are sorry, so
Agreed.
sorry about your losses and the tough year that you had in
very
2020. But we're praying definitely for 2021 to be much brighter and for your wish to come true. So Mark got a point for that because he just picked the lowest number. So that's all we need to say about that. The next one was a 2-part question. In 2020, will Tim Pollen go over or under his completed games in 2019? And what is your guess on what that number will be? Ronnie said over and 26. I'm surprised he didn't say 800 and something.
I keep waiting for another one to come out. I feel like I had it a couple times.
Don't worry, it will. Mark said under in 18. Patrick said under in 45. And I said over in 50. And Tim Pollen had this to say in the Discord. He said, this year's resolution is to be less condescending. That means talking down to people. And then he made a winky face.
Did you just say that in a condescending manner?
Yes, he did.
That means to talk down to people.
That's right. In all seriousness, he said, I had forgotten my resolution until someone reminded me. You're welcome, Tim. 20 games and 20 pounds. I did finish 26 games. Good job, buddy. And I did lose 22 pounds. But after my surgery in June, I reclaimed some pounds. For 2021, I just want myself and my friends to be healthy and get stronger. True that, brother. True that. So it was under,
Nice.
and it was 26 games. So, Mark, you got the point there.
Nice.
Good job.
Take it.
Let's see. The number of questions for the show that the top joiner will ask. Well, guess what? I did not tally those. I'll blame
Oops.
COVID, so everyone gets a point except me. Mark,
Woohoo!
Patrick, and Ronnie, you all get a point. I have no idea who wrote how many questions. I blame COVID and Dead Cells, Avengers, and Rocket League for distracting me. All right, and then the last question was number of listens for 2020's most listened to episode. Patrick said 202. I said 225. Ronnie said 248, and Mark 199. And the answer was 237. So Ronnie got that point. And you'll be
Nice.
surprised at what the episode was. It was Vacations from 2019. That was our number one episode in
How are people,
in 2020.
people accidentally clicking on that?
I don't know. They wish they could go on a vacation, so they listen to our stories about vacations.
Have you gone back to listen to that episode? Like why people are like, hey, have you listened to this Vacations episode? You all need to hear
Do
it.
you think that's really happening?
Like, are there like, you think there's robots or like fake
I
clicks?
think robots are going to take over the world. Yes.
They're gonna take over podcast listening.
Yeah. Some of the other episodes, the second place episode was A Good Morning for Twitch with Ed Placencia from MTTG. Then
yeah.
Justine Huxley. And then The Walking Dead final season spoiler cast. Tied with...
You know what? The Justine Huxley on YouTube, over 800 listens on that
Oh,
one.
snap. I didn't think about tallying in YouTube. That's a good call.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the real number one with 800 some on YouTube. Nice. So, there you go. Numbers adjusted. So, but Vacation still second place. So, yeah, good stuff there. So, the final score is Ronnie 2, Patrick and I, 3 points, and Mark, the winner, with 4 points.
Well
Thank
done,
you.
Mark.
Thank you
Well
very
done,
much.
my friend. Good job. Good job.
Good job.
Good job, buddy. All right, so just to give you guys, before we go into the 2021 predictions, see what you guys think for this year, what's going to happen. The total listens went from 9,590 to 10,443 for the year, so we notched up a little bit in the year for listens. The average listens went from 142 a week to 201, so we crossed the 200 mark with the listens. I already mentioned some of the top episodes. The top countries didn't really change too much. Of course, number 1 is the USA. Honorable mention to Canada being in there, because I wanted to make a shout out to Chris the Rock, who shared his 2021 resolution, a little bit delayed, but he still got in there before we recorded today. He said, similar to Tim's, my fitness goals were doing great until I severely injured my neck. My goals were performance-based, which does not equate health. I wanted to run really fast, not be healthy. I focus on the result too much and not on general health. For 2021, I want to have more balance between cardio and strength. I want to be strong and flexible, not fast. Game-wise, I want to beat at least 13 games, including the 7 GMG VGBC games and Alien Nation and Rocket League Plats. For me, that's an epic year because the length of games is pretty high for my habits. I hope to game 500 hours, which is about double what I usually game. I have 13 goals in total. That's a big number there, including ones for my wife, kids, work, finances. I already wrote too long. I'll post the rest in the accountability chat later. So yeah, Chris is not fooling around with his resolutions. He's got 13 of them.
Wow.
So yeah.
How do you keep track of that?
I don't.
Did you look at that every
I'm
day?
letting him
Look at
keep
that
track of
every day,
his
a weekly
his own resolutions.
You know,
I'm his personal secretary from Brazil. Yeah, that dude. He loves spreadsheets. For those of you on Discord, you know that if you see a spreadsheet on our Discord, it's from Chris, the Canadian Rock, because he loves his spreadsheets. He's really good at them too. He made them for our GMG VGBC club. I can't say club again, can I?
you can.
Okay, yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, so
You're welcome.
So there you go. Those are some of the numbers. Let's get into the 21 GMG show and joiner predictions. Remember, it's not Price is Right rules, so you can go over, and then it's just about if someone's like the same distance away, over and under, whoever's under, they break the tie. So
Okay.
last year's order was Ronnie, Mark, Patrick, Lucas, so we're going to go in backwards order. Lucas, Pat, Mark, Ronnie. Did you memorize that?
Okay.
Great. So, what will be the total listens for 2021? And I'm going first. I am going to say total listens is going to be 33,333.
Nice.
All right. So, Patrick, how many listens do you think we're going to get in total listens by the end of 2021?
33,332.
I love you.
No, seriously. I'm gonna say. Actually, that's a pretty good number. Never mind.
You're going to stick with it, aren't you? All right, Mark. What guess you got?
I'm going to go for 31.5.
31.5. And Ronnie.
Well, as badly as I would have just completely boxed Patrick into that one number.
You could have. I thought Mark was gonna do
I
this.
mean, I want to.
You can pick any number, my friend.
I'm going to go with 33,334 and box Lucas into that one
Oh,
number.
thank you. All right. I see how it is.
Oh man, that is not the way I thought it was going.
Oh, I love you. All right.
I really hope it's 33,334.
All right.
I really hope
let's
it's that,
see.
dude. That would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
What do you think? So the most listened to episode will have how many listens in 2021? Starting with Patrick.
So is it? Are you looking at only the 2021 numbers, or of all time?
No, just of the 2021 numbers. Like this year, I thought it was 237 for vacations, even though it was like 1,000 something for Justine Huxley.
Oh, okay.
So
we're doing that.
Whatever the top episode of listens in 2021 for an episode is, how many listens will it have?
340.
Okay. And Mark?
Lucas, weren't you supposed to go first?
285.
No, I do
Stagger.
I stagger the lead. I'm not going first all the time. You guys
That
will
means I
box me
can't
in
trap
every
you every
question.
time.
No, that's right. I'm going after you next, buddy. It's my turn to box you in. What did you say, Mark?
285.
285.
I'm going to go with clean 300.
Clean 300.
300.
All right. I'm going to go with 301.
$1.
$1. All right.
This is rough. He's going to be going like right behind me for the rest of this game. I feel like
Yeah, I'm going to be chasing you. Revenge is best served cold. All right.
Always right behind your shoulder.
Prediction number 3. Random question. How many haikus will be written for our Discord channel in 2021 by non-hosts and only joiners? This year was 7, just to give you a reference. Starting with Mark.
12.
12. Ronnie?
3.
3 for Ronnie. I'm going to go with... we go with 10.
And I will say 7.
7. Patrick. All right. All right. Last week I had read the resolution of Spacehawk 91. I'm just going to pretend like you all have awesome memories and you know exactly what's going on. The question and prediction at his approval is, how many pounds will Spacehawk 91 lose by the end of 2021?
Wait, hold on. Do we have a starting point?
Nope.
Or I think it should be percentages then.
You think it should be how much
Right?
percent of his weight he's going to lose?
Yeah, because I could say 30 pounds, and that would be could be 20% of his weight.
I was told there
I don't
was
know.
not going to be any math at the very beginning of this.
How about this? You can give a percentage or you can give a number.
I'm gonna give a percentage.
All right, what percentage?
3.
3.
Wait, am I up
Oh
first?
no, you're not first. I'm sorry.
I was like, wait a second.
It is Ronnie. Ronnie's up first. Ronnie,
26
pounds?
pounds.
26 pounds. That's Ronnie. All right, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with. Oh, geez, now I don't know. I'm gonna go with 30 pounds. And Patrick,
I'm gonna go with 17%.
17%. I'm gonna just laugh if you get it exactly right.
Then you got
All
to
right,
determine
Mark.
if 17% is closer than one of our numbers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you're gonna
I
have
can't wait
you're
to
gonna have
do
your
the
work cut
math.
out for you here.
I am.
25.
25 pounds. Spacehawk 91, if you're listening, please help me out with the math later, okay? So
Mr. Caleb.
25, Mark, Caleb, yes. Sorry, Caleb. I'm just going to call you Space Mark. Space Mark? No, Spacehawk 91.
That's not it.
Space.
Space Caleb. All right. Next question. How many games will Ryan shed off his backlog that he talked about last week? How many games will Ryan shed off his backlog? I am going to say he's going to shed or take down, I'm going to say 27 games.
Whoa.
Cause, yeah, I think he's going to play some shorter
Okay.
games. So, Patrick,
I'm gonna say 16.
16 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Mark,
I'll go with 25.
25 games.
He did talk about focusing on games he already owns this year.
That's right.
So.
Your Mark, that is your name. Okay, Ronnie, last.
I'm going to go
but
with
not
13.
least. 13 games. Fantastic. All right. 2 more questions. Next one is, will Chris the Canadian Rock game over or under 500 hours in 2021 and by how much will he go over or under?
Oh.
He'll keep track. He has already an Excel spreadsheet, and he uses PS
Of course he
Tracker.
does.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to
who's
say
first?
who's first. I have no idea. Let me look. It's going to be Patrick. How many hours?
Ooh.
Or over or
I'm
under,
gonna
and how
say-
many hours?
I'm going to say over,
Ooh,
and I'm going to say by 2 hours.
2 hours. Wow, that would be impressive. All right.
Because it looks like he wants the game at least 2 hours a day.
Yeah, to keep the
And I
doctor
think
away.
he's going to try to get it at the end of the year.
Yep.
That's going to be tough, but I hope he does.
I hope so too. Mark?
I'm going to say over by 30 hours.
30 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ronnie?
I'm going to say over by 70 hours.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
I mean,
Shoot
a couple
high.
of those one more game nights.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right.
That's all it
You're right.
takes. It's all it takes.
Yep.
That's true. I'm going to mix it up. Not that I don't believe in him, but I'm going to go under, and I'm going to go under by 1 hour.
No faith.
Come on. Chris, I love you, man. And if it's up to me, I'm single-handedly going to help you play more video games because of our early AM gaming that we do. That guy, he is so dedicated. He gets up at 4 a.m. his time to game with me.
Goodness.
That's when you know you love something.
Yeah.
You're gonna find every
true.
single way to do
I
it.
used to think I was crazy getting up at 5 a.m. to game. He gets up at 4 a.m. So
You both are.
that is correct.
That is correct. 1 point to Ronnie.
1 point to Ronnie. Save that for next year. If you remember you have that 1 point, you can remind me next year.
I will
And I'll
not.
add it. Nope. All right. Last question.
Writing it down.
And this is a bonus one, but this is the last real question. Will Isaac get sucked back into Fortnite, and how many wins will he get in 2021? So, yes or no, he'll get sucked back into Fortnite, and how many wins will he get?
What does sucked back in mean?
That means he just starts playing it instead of playing new games.
Okay.
Whose turn is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I always forget to remind you guys. Mark's turn.
Okay. Yes, he will absolutely get sucked back into Fortnite. Because Fortnite's skins game is incredible.
It really is.
On point.
Yep. So I'm gonna say he gets 12 wins this year.
12 wins. I have no idea how many wins he even got this year, but we're going to find out.
I don't either.
I don't even know if he knows
trying-
how many
I
wins he
got 2 of them with him.
You
so
did.
it's gonna get a
I'm
couple.
going to say
All right.
yes and 20.
Yes, and 20 wins. Okay. I guess it's me. I will say yes, and I will say 21 wins.
Nice.
All right,
Blackjack.
and I
Patrick.
will say yes as well, and 30 wins.
Oh, man,
Okay.
I thought you were going with 22.
I know that was two.
No.
Yes, and
I'm trying to win this game. Let's get
30
out of here.
wins. Get out of here.
Let's be honest
Get
here.
out of here. All right. I need to put your names. I'll figure it out later. All right. This is a bonus, a tiebreaker, just in case we get to the end and it's a tie. Who do you guys think will win the predictions this next year?
Ronnie.
Mark.
Okay,
Patrick.
Mark. Oh gosh, Mark says Ronnie. What did you say, Patrick?
I said Mark.
Patrick says Mark. Mark. Ronnie says Patrick.
Yes.
Patrick. Well, I'm just going to say myself. Lucas says himself. Nobody believes in me, so I'm going to believe in myself. Oh, man. All right. Fantastic. Yeah, so there you go, guys. May the best man win. We're going to forget about this, and next year you're just going to trust me that I kept track of all this stuff.
We are going to
Yeah.
forget about this. That is correct.
Yep.
100%.
And to finish things out, I just wanted to give a few predictions from our and also give you guys a chance to kind of give your own predictions, your own thoughts for next year, what you hope to see, what you hope not to see, whatever comes to mind. So
Yeah.
be thinking about it while I read the joiners' predictions. Tim Pollen on Discord says, I predict many more plops.
100%. We're gonna have a plop episode. It's gonna happen.
going to be a
I will not be there
Plop
for
We
it.
will not
Plop-a-palooza.
tell you when it's coming.
Plop-a-palooza.
Oh, I'll figure it. I'll figure it out when it happens, and when it
It'll be
happens,
halfway
I
through
will
the
sign off.
episode. Let's
It's gonna
play
be like our
Plop
April Fools.
Boozled.
We're gonna April Fools, Mark. It's gonna be a topic, and then we switch it.
Oh man. For those who can't see the video feed right now,
I think Corey
Mark
wants
is
to
just
be on that
shaking his
episode.
head. Yes, Corey
Corey's on that
definitely wants to
episode.
be on there. He's got some plumber stories to tell. We need to listen.
Oh,
Speaking of
man, we do
Yes.
need that.
Yep.
Speaking of Corey Fouch, I'd like to see the community grow, he said on Discord. Not that I don't like the active group that is here, but seeing it grow would be awesome. I really enjoy dropping in and talking about anything, almost everything with y'all. Maybe a Patreon? Sorry. I got all Harry Potter.
Whoa.
Patronus.
Oh, we're gonna...
Dang.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's how it calls it. Maybe a Patreon for the show, just as a way for those who are able and want to support you all financially can do so. The way upgrades, streaming equipment, mics for everyone, etc. Could be things y'all are able to do because y'all definitely deserve it. Thanks, Corey, for that suggestion.
Thanks, man.
Mark, we can't hear you.
What?
I don't know. I just saw your mouth move,
Now
but I
we
didn't
can.
hear anything.
That was a quiet. Thanks, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
tricked us.
Yeah, we definitely are discussing such things, and there may or may not be some ideas for tiers, for not the tears that come from your eyes, but tears of, of giving tears for
The
fears.
discussions end in tears every time.
Yeah, it does.
The plop discussions from Mark.
Yeah.
And in tears.
Plop tears, all kinds of good stuff.
What? Plop
Yeah,
tears.
that made me feel dirty.
Every conversation we have makes me feel dirty.
Tell it like it is. The last prediction from Chris, the Canadian Rock. I predict Lucas will achieve his platinum goal. Thank you for the vote of confidence, Chris.
Yeah, I think so too. 100%.
I
I
also.
don't doubt you at all.
What's that, Mark?
I said I don't doubt you at all.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. I also predict 200 hours of co-op awesomeness for the AM crew. That's right, man. 4 o'clock in the morning,
Ooh.
we are going to get
There you go.
Whoa,
2 hours.
I need
200
to.
hours.
Let's go back to the above 500. I need to go higher than the one.
1,000. He says, I also hope to catch some Barnaby El Ronchas Butters voicemails because I think I only heard one at the 100th episode so far since I joined. I agree.
I can't remember which episode it was is where he dropped like probably 4 or 5 voicemails.
It was early on.
Was it episode 100?
I think it was the one about, was it one of the Star Wars ones where he was giving his kind of opinion on Rise of Skywalker? Or, I thought it was in 2019.
Maybe.
Earlier on.
Something
you might
like
be.
that.
You might be right.
Yeah, I need a voicemail from Barnaby Butterteeth.
I need
sure.
one too.
Yeah,
We all do.
we all need a little voicemail.
One individual voicemail per person.
Yeah, we need you guys, you joiners, get on it. Leave us a voicemail 929 GMG guys. Where's Dallas? I haven't seen him I've never seen him actually. I haven't heard him in forever. I mean, last time we talked to him,
Knows.
his Nintendo got blown up by his brothers with a
Oh, that's right.
black cat or a cow plop, or I don't remember what that was all about, but yeah.
Yep.
So, guys, any 2021 predictions, thoughts before we wrap things up?
I think we're gonna have 5 spoiler cast episodes
Okay.
this year, and that is either video games, TV, movies, whatever.
Whatever.
We're gonna
5
have
spoiler
5
casts.
spoiler casts. Yep.
And I say we're going to have 10 live stream episodes.
Whoa.
10 live streams, huh?
Well, if you think about it, remember we've talked about spoiler casts being live stream episodes.
Ooh.
It's true.
I like where your head's at.
Yeah, I have nothing. I have no predictions. I
Okay.
felt like
That
all
Ronnie will
eyes,
not have
fell
predictions.
upon me.
I predict Ronnie will not have predictions. Wait, that was too late.
I predict
on
that
our
I will
part.
not be prepared.
Dang it.
I predict that Ronnie will beat Ark.
That's possible.
Can you beat that game?
It's
I'm
gotta
pretty
be
sure
a
the
way.
game just beats you, really.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah, I think so. I think there's going to be. I'm trying to go with a multiple of 5. I think there's going to be 15. I got nothing. I tried to make a prediction up off the top of my head, but nothing came out. I think there's going to be 15 times that Mark takes his headphones off when we start talking about plopping too much.
It's a good call.
I predict 16 times. Mark is going to say, "Good night, everybody."
Okay, that's easier to track. That's a good call. Taking the headphones off, there's no way to prove that unless we bring it up. So
Yep.
yeah, I support yours and I deny mine. Good prediction.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Whoa,
There's one.
There's one. I'm pretty sure already
17.
last week or the week. Well, no.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. No.
No! Just blow it out.
I meant 16,000. Okay. All right. Well, that is all for this resolutely predicted episode part 2. One more thing before we sign off. We do have our GMG video game top 100 that we need to talk about. Before we jump into our picks for this week, we do need to replace a game that is on our list twice. So, Patrick, you can't have Witcher 3 on there twice. So, what is your replacement game for Witcher 3? Since Ronnie already said that one a long time ago.
Okay. So my replacement is going to be Quantum Break.
There you go.
A fitting choice.
Good one.
Yeah, I
Solid.
can't. I don't know why that wasn't. I haven't listed that because I've played Quantum Break. I don't know, 8 times. I love time travel, and this game just does it so
Yeah.
well.
Wish I could play that one. You'll have to tell me about it sometime. Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's jump into our this week's picks. We're going to start with Ronnie because I just have a feeling he's prepared this week. Ronnie, you have 2 picks, right? Or do you have one pick?
It does feel like that every
Yes.
week. Like, just
Yeah.
do I
Yeah.
really have 2, or is this just? Are you guys messing with me? I do really have 2.
You have
Crap.
2 games.
I have 1. Is what
I
I
have suggestions for you. All right. What do you got? What's the one you got?
I said Need for Speed Most Wanted last time. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Last week you did not say anything. Previous week was Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
What was it before that?
Need for Speed Most
Okay,
Wanted.
Need for Speed Most Wanted 2,
Oh,
There
all
it
right.
is.
and that's
Okay.
pretty much the end of my plan.
Do you want Rocket League to also count?
I do. If Rocket League's not on there, I would be very surprised.
It's not,
It is not yet.
It should be.
but it should
Definitely
be.
be a
I
top
agree with
100.
you.
And so it shall.
Yes.
And it
Put
is.
it up there.
In stone.
Put
Or
it on the
in a
scroll.
spreadsheet.
Speaking of Rocket League, real quick, today my son during lunch was like, I had a dream today, Dad, about Rocket League, but instead of cars, it was humans. And Natasha, without missing a beat, was like, isn't that soccer? And he just kind of stared at us like, oh.
You had a dream about soccer? That's not exciting.
No, it was cars, but they
Unless
were people.
the ball was that big.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, that'd be just running away, trying not to get murdered by it.
We all lost it. It was so
It's a
funny.
nightmare.
He was like trying to say
What a
this
dream.
profound dream, and it was just like, yep, you dreamt about soccer. I mean, I guess, whatever works.
That's funny.
Sweet. All right, so Need for Speed Most Wanted 2 and Rocket League.
Yes.
Sweet.
Got that in there.
Mark, what do you got?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Beautiful.
I like it. You only have to do one, don't you?
Correct.
Fantastic.
does.
Sorry, Ronnie, to leave you. You're the special one all the time. Patrick, did you want to go ahead and mention your...
Yeah, sure. I'm going to say Grand Theft Auto 5.
All right. That's your favorite one of the Grand Thefts?
100%, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So good.
Cool. Very good. Mine is a little bit. It's Minecraft. I'm just gonna put it out there, and it's
Okay.
What?
It's because of my kids. They've just made it special. The love they have for this game, the time we spent early last year through a lot of the year making, building our their grandparents' home. And just the time we spent, even though it ended on kind of a sour note where I'm like, I'm done with this game. You guys have fun. I'm done. But I got to put Minecraft up there. It's just such a creative game. My kids still love it 100%. They're making zoos. They've made at least I don't know, 3 dozen houses each, and structures and statues, and it's amazing. So kudos to that game, even though it's not for a lot of people our age. Minecraft, got to put it in there.
I respect that.
Yeah, it's a good game. Side note on Grand Theft Auto 5. So I was at Best Buy buying the Razer Kishi controller, and the guy in front of me, he looked about 17 years old, and he was buying Grand Theft Auto 5 physical edition.
You know that thing's going to go on the charts for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and
that game has more legs than I've ever seen any game. I guess Minecraft, Grand Theft Auto, Minecraft are like the top 2 games of all time. Can you imagine
if there was a Grand Theft Auto Minecraft?
All right. Well, next week, Pat, you're in charge, and remember, Mark, you still have improv powers.
You may want to hold those in case the plop episode is next week.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it works if Patrick wants to start talking about plops and you're like, hey, improv.
I'm keeping it in the pocket.
And we'll still talk about plops in the improv, but you can try to...
No, I think it would behoove us to not do the plop episode when he has improv powers.
Yeah, you're probably right. Wise move.
Asking for trouble then.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're doing it next week then.
All right. Quick housekeeping with the towels and the pillows, the candies, and all that jazz. Rate us and review us, please. Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Stitcher, of course. You can also check out info on us and connect with us on Discord, Twitter, Twitch, or email. There's a phone number I gave you earlier, 929 GMG Guides. Please leave a message. And then finally, in that GMG message, you need to ask a question, share a comment, let your voice be heard. Speaking of what should be heard, Mark, what happened on this day in the wild world of music?
On this day in music history.
Yeah, so on this day in music history, thank you so much to thisdayinmusic.com is where I'm getting this information. So, on this day in music history, January 11th, it'll always be on the day of recording, which for us today is the 11th. 1958, Elvis Presley, the release date for the Elvis Presley single Jailhouse Rock was actually put back a week after his record company, the pressing plant for making the records in the UK, they were unable to meet the advanced orders of 250,000 copies. So it was pushed back a week. On this day in 1964, Ring of Fire, the best of Johnny Cash, became the first #1 album when Billboard debuted their country album chart. It was his 16th album in total, and the first compilations album by Johnny Cash.
Nice. It's a good one.
And going on to 2000, it was reported that Whitney Houston was under investigation after allegedly trying to smuggle 15.2 grams of marijuana out of Hawaii. A security officer found the drug in the singer's handbag. Houston then walked away when he tried to detain her. She's all like, and I gonna run away from you.
Wow.
And that's it.
That's it.
Yes, and that's what happened on this day in music history.
Fantastic.
This day in music history.
Alrighty then. Pat, Mark, and Ronnie J, along with you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners, go get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.
1, 2, 3, 4.